Hey, welcome back. Hi, Vibe Tribe. I am Betty Moon, and today we're entering part 1, episode 3. And I forgot my iced coffee. Hold that thought. It's hot outside. So I made myself an iced coffee. So many people want to see the healed versions of others, but what do you do when you're going through some really hard shit and you don't see a way out? You don't feel like you can talk to anybody since it doesn't seem like anyone around you is going through anything because they seem like they just have their shit together. Well, I will be the first to tell you that whatever it is you're going through, chances are thousands of other people are going through the same shit, just through a different lens. That's called the collective unconscious. And I'll dig more into that later on throughout these episodes, throughout episode 3 and these other 3 parts that I have. So I'm going to touch back for a moment, and I'm taking everyone on my own journey through my own shadow work to show the ugly, the happy, the me, the mom, the one studying my ass off so I can get out of a job that's no longer in my alignment. I've created this series for myself to match up my unhealed triggers that I brought with me from childhood in my little bags. Romantic or platonic relationships. There's something here for everyone. So whoever watches, you're part of that collective who wants a fucking change to happen in your life, like yesterday. So let's work together to get the fuck out of your old brain and step fully into the new one. We're weaving together Imago Therapy with neuroscience and the trauma bonds because we've attached to love, and the pain runs both deep into the brain and the body. So by weaving together Imago Therapy with the neuroscience behind those trauma bonds, we can start to pick apart those stories to see how we can unpack those bags. But before we dive into the web of energetic entanglements, blah, 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 I want to shine a line on a few more core patterns that often fuel the triggering loop of suffering. And these are hidden roots that keep us bonded to what breaks us. Trauma bonds are deeply wired into the nervous system and brain, especially when intense emotional experiences like love, fear, or abandonment are often fused together. So the Imago and the 4F trauma responses in romantic love, through Imago Therapy, which is developed by Harville Hendricks and Helen LaKelly Hunt, teaches that we subconsciously choose partners who reflect the emotional landscape of our childhood, especially especially the wounds that were never healed. That mirror is our Imago, a composite of our early caregivers, both nurturing and their neglect. So let's go through the Imago neuroscience of the 4 Fs, which are fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So the fight response in Imago is going to sound like I'll overpower that threat. If I yell, push, or argue enough, maybe you'll see me or give me what I need. And the insight on that is you may have witnessed or endured violence, volatility, or dominance growing up. So in adult love, conflict becomes connection because it mimics your nervous system's blueprint of what closeness looked like. Even though it was unsafe, it was familiar, which is exactly what I grew up with as well. Everybody's partners fucking fought and nobody got along. It was just constant chaos. So this is often paired with a partner who goes into freeze or fawn, creating a triggering push-pull cycle. So in my story, I grew up in a world where love was entangled with pain, chaos, and emotional intensity. Imago Therapy says that now your nervous system might now equate passion with conflict and visibility with threat. So when someone loves you calmly, it might feel foreign or even boring because your body isn't registering it as love. You're not working for it. And that's exactly what I did with my situationship. For the flight response in Imago, that sounds like I must escape the threat because, and that becomes, if I stay busy, if I chase my goals or avoid vulnerability, maybe I won't get hurt again. And the Imago insight to that is you learn to emotionally flee when things became overwhelming. In relationship, this shows up as emotional unavailability, ghosting, overworking, intellectualizing intimacy. You may attract partners who go into fawn or fight, desperately trying to get you to open up. So the healing work starts where you begin to notice when leaving physically or emotionally feels like the only option. That's your inner child saying, I'm not safe. So you must slow down, re-engage your body, create small windows of emotional exposure, and tolerate the discomfort. And this is how you rewire. You have to go through the uncomfortable to get through to the comfort. Better drink it while it's cold. The freeze response is I can't fight or run, so I'll shut down. If I numb out, disappear, or disassociate, maybe I'll be safe. So the Imago insight is trying to show you this often shows up in avoidant, withdrawn, or dissociative partners. These are people who shut down during conflict, go silent, or feel hard to reach. So you may choose a partner who fights louder, trying to break through the freeze and unknowingly recreating your childhood helplessness. So your childhood can link up with, if you grew up with physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, escape wasn't an option. Freeze became your only protection. In love, it may feel impossible to let someone in because you don't trust safety because it has never existed. You don't even know what that shit feels like. And this is why I've always thrown away potential healthy love straight into the fucking garbage can. So the healing work here is freeze needs slowness and titration. Safety must be rebuilt at the pace your nervous system can tolerate. Body work, trauma-informed therapy, and deeply attuned partners help bring you back. So those are all gifts. Fawn response in Imago says, I'll appease to the threat. And that means if I become what you need, maybe you won't leave. Maybe I will finally be loved. And cross-referencing that with Imago Therapy, fawning is the survival strategy of the inner caretaker, the child who learned that love was conditional, that if they were quiet, good, helpful, or beautiful enough, they could stay close to someone emotionally unavailable or abusive. In relationships, this leads to codependency, chronic people pleasing, and sacrificing your needs to keep the peace. You might attract fight or flight partners, replaying the pattern of chasing, love, caretaking pain, and abandoning yourself. So the healing work is to recognize when being needed becomes a substitute for being truly seen. So start tending to your own needs first because it's not selfish. Practice boundaries and saying no when you mean it. Say yes when you mean it. And when saying no, how is your nervous system feeling? How does it start to feel real love that doesn't require shape-shifting? So how it all comes together with Imago Therapy and neuroplasticity, Your unconscious is brilliant. It isn't punishing you. It's trying to heal through repetition. Each partner you're drawn to is a mirror of your unresolved wounds. A nervous system echo of what you didn't receive whenever you were a child. Imago Therapy teaches that when two people are conscious of these patterns, the relationship becomes a sacred container for healing. That means using your relationship to rewire the 4 F's, not reenact them. So your relationship isn't broken. It's brilliantly designed to surface the exact pain that needs healing. So neuroscience says your brain and body are plastic. You can rewire how you respond to love, safety, and closeness. So that's all for part 1. I hope you enjoyed. It is hot in here because my air conditioning unit took a shit. So I've been burrowing myself away in my bedroom, but I came out here for a little playtime. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in part 2 of episode 3 coming up. Thanks.